What is it? I've got a... What do you want to know? We guards are the most... You see prisoners, I see fuel...
You there, human! Look, I promised not to bust your skull if you help an orc out of this cell. Oh, I'm like a whaling cooking pot in here. Bruthor, I'm called. But I doubt anyone but me remembers that now. I've been in there nearly as long as a lifetime. Don't know why they haven't cut my throat like the rest. Maybe they've gone fond of their pets. Oh, I've been here since I was but a wee lad. Truth be told, these walls are just about all I know. But sunlight, there's something even a big oaf like myself couldn't forget. One day, Source Hunter, whether you help me or not, I'll feel sunlight again.
What is it? I've got a stiff.
A strange place to keep attached to the schoolhouse.
That's the least of the troubling oddities about this place.
There aren't any of those.
These Immaculates are fantastic. They'd rather exterminate their own kind than mine.
Pleasure, my liege. Pleasure. Oh, we're nobody. Nobody and nobodies, my liege. Oh, no. You'll not hear a peep of trouble out of us. In fact, perhaps we might be rather useful. Tighten your screws, can we? Fix a broken cell door? What a very strange question. I hadn't considered it myself. No. It's, well, how does one explain it properly? It's in our very nature to thrive behind bars. Yes, indeed. Slaves we are, and servants, cannon fodder, vivisection subjects, living footstools, yes. Yes, we imps live to serve, then we die.
At least
I do suppose that if the door were board open like that, I suppose we might. Well, I suppose we might. Have a look around.
pleasure, Mally. Oh, we're nobody. Well, a very strange question, but I suppose...
Much longer. They want to free me. Free me.
Traveler! Friend! Have you been caught by these pretenders too? Yes, Traveler, yes! You seemed a gentle soul, and I tried to share with you the goddess's revelation. I never intended for either of us to meet like this, like criminal. Oh, Traveler, it is a ghastly tale. A terrible tale. I came from my home in Sicil to this realm of the Immaculate. I wanted only to be among my people, to live in a city of the goddess. But I saw terrible things, Traveler. Things I could not fathom that the goddess would command. When my brothers saw my doubts, I was seized and tossed in this cell.
Much longer. Then what good will I be to you?
Let us out of here! Please!
Of that I dare not speak, Traveler. I fear what may befall me if I am caught conversing with an outsider on such
You! A source hunter, aren't you? Damn it all! I had hoped for someone who might be able to help us out of here. I come from a...
I won't survive this damp much longer. Let us out of here, please!
All the while, evil Queen Gratilda presided over our misery, brandishing and carving knives with glee.
Royalty down this cellar of death!
We had a source hunter stationed right in our town. A coward called Medora. And she was the first caught and the first flayed when the orcs crept in. We kept waiting for her to save us, little knowing.
Please! I won't survive.
They brought us in carts like cattle. Some of us to the mines, some here, some only the gods know where. We heard whispers from the very beginning. Blood sacrifice.
Then what
It's no
good
use.
will I be? Free me!
It's no use at all.
What is it? I don't make an habit of associating with your kind. Lost one. You hardly look like one of we Immaculates. No, I fail to see a trace of the goddess upon you. So, a lost one you must be, destined to serve we who are worth simple mix-up, one I'm sure my jailers will rectify as soon as they're able. My fool of an husband was caught abetting the escape of a pair of sacrifices. But surely Lady Attenborough will soon realize the error of trying me for this crime. There's none more devoted to the one way than I. Elias proved himself lost, and I disowned him the moment I heard of it.
You don't look familiar. You aren't from Silverglen, are you? No. With you, I can speak freely. I am a resident of Silverglen. A woman imprisoned for being fool enough to speak against these blasted Immaculates. I couldn't stand by and see my friends and colleagues duped by such an obvious ploy, but no matter now. None can hear me but the rest of the dross.
Oh, it's no use! It's no, I won't survive this damn much longer!
Then what good will I be
let us out of here? Please! Oh, it's no
There
use!
is no release. There is only slaughter awaiting those unfortunate enough to be chosen. We rail and we plead, but to no avail.
Cellar of death! Damn our jailers! Free me! Free me! Oh, it's no use! No, it's no use! It's no use at all!
Wake up, Daddy! Wake up! The humans need more clubbing. Wake up, Daddy! Wake up! The humans need more clubbing. Wake up, Daddy! Wake up! The humans need more clubbing.
Warm as dragon's breath!
Bow before
Shouldn't have done it. Bad, bad, bad.
Toasty!
Shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't. Oh, my friend. You'd give your only elixir of courage to a cowardly little Yox. Yox will never forget this generosity. Something's happening. I feel like climbing a tree. No, a mountain. I think my blood's turned to whiskey. I think I could slay a dragon. I think I could face Master.
I've been slowed!
Oh, Master! My Master! Cold and dead! Taken before his time! Well, I'll just be on my way then.
Stand up, Daddy! About to...
By the looks of things, it seems we're heading towards Hunter's Edge, the town where I was stationed before I met you lot. Before we get there, you should know the whole yarn. What I saw there, why I fled. Yes, comrade, I fled a coward bearing the insignia of a sauce hunter. I think so, comrade. Even though you might never look at me the same way, I hope I won't lose you as compatriots. We, the villagers and myself, were corralled in the town square. The orcish queen sauntered into the middle, proud of the chaos she'd created. She screamed if we knew why they had come. Slowly, she approached me and leaned close, her hot, foul breath like fire on my face. With one hand, she clasped my throat. With the other, she reached into my pocket and pulled out the gem I'd taken from the orcs I'd killed earlier that day. I was a thief, she said. I'd taken something dear to her, and I had earned punishment. I thought she'd destroy me right then and there, but she did something worse. That's right, comrade, and I was soon to find out why. She brought forth one of her soldiers, a larger orc I'd never seen, and he was covered in black, gleaming armor. She placed the stone in his chest plate, and something happened. He transformed into something I'll never forget. She made me watch. She sent villager after villager before the great transformed beast. He crushed them all, one by one, each more gruesomely than the last. He seemed to revel in the work. I could do nothing, comrade. I couldn't save them. I couldn't help them. I could only watch. Don't you see it's already over? Don't you see it's too late? These orcs weren't out for riches or land. They only came for blood. No. All that's left in Hunter's Edge is a debt to be paid, comrade. And I intend to collect it.
Southeast to Hunter's Edge, north to incomparable suffering. Well then.
Southeast it is, for now at least.
Keep up! Feel heavy.
Once more. Troll toll. 4,000 gold. Can't you count? You bloody walrus. 3 guards, 3 heads of slaves. You ain't count, ain't told true. You fancy little titles don't mean a thing to the king. Paperhead off ain't another route. Chicken bones. You know as well as I, there's no other route. I'm offering fair coin for our passage here. You must see reason. 4,000 gold. Chicken bones. Fine. Here's 3,000, and that's a bloody theft. You fancy little titles don't mean a thing to the king. paper head or find another route, chicken bones.
Oh, that's it. I'll not lose twice the gold for the fact that you've only half a brain.
Only going to say it once more. Troll toll. 4,000 gold.
Can't you count? You bloody walrus. 3 guards, 3 heads of slaves. Do you make cows pay toll?
Hold on now. One whelp at a time. You'll pay your toll soon as I'm through knocking this loudmouth back in line. The fool thinks he can slip 6 warm bodies past Rumble for the price of 1, he does. Lousy bomb may as well thieve from King Gungia's very coffers.
If I've said it once, I've said it more times than a troll can count. Warm bodies do not people make. We are 3 immaculates and 3 slaves, and I won't empty my pocket over chattel.
This sounds like a matter of opinion. These two ought to resolve it on their own terms.
No need to insert ourselves where we don't belong. Good day, gentlemen.
Enough. I'll not let this idiot troll or his idiot king hinder the goddess's affairs a moment longer. In her name, I bid thee fight.
If I've not got any gold in my pouch, you'll not get any head on your shoulders. Rules are rules, chicken bones. If no one pays, everyone dies.
Flay the blubber from this fool. I think I'll make a cannibal
Wherever you go, there I am.
The hen who shares her feed receives a greater second helping.
Oh there, a word of warning, Wanderer, afore you continue on your merry way. See these corpses here? Be a good fellow and take them as a hint that this town isn't the pastoral little paradise it once was. The Immaculates, orcs and humans both, have taken Hunter's Edge. Its villagers are now slaves in the mines to the west, or they've been bled dry of their last drop of life, reduced to mere fuel that must light the wicked candle that is Bloodstone. Long as you live in the limbo between coming and going, though, why not have a look at what I have to sell? You'd be surprised to see what a scouring skeleton can gather together in a dying town. Can't say I remember who I was before the change came over me, but these days I'm a travelling trader of sorts. There's an immaculate necromancer in the village ahead. She's the one who brought me back from, well, wherever I was. She's an especially bright one, you know. Most necromancers can only revive a dead corpse into an animated one, but she manages to yank back some semblance of consciousness too. I don't remember much, but the thrill of trade certainly calls to me. Maybe I was a merchant in my former life, who knows? These days, most undead are busy haunting Syceal or picking the way in the Lucula mines. But I keep a low profile and stay out of sight. Haven't been bothered by an Immaculate yet, and I hope to keep it that way. Yeah! Well, don't go round angering Immaculates if you want to keep your vitals intact. Though perhaps it won't be very long before they have a stab at one another's vitals instead. I have the feeling there's trouble brewing between the orcs and the humans in there, and who can blame them, really? Just ain't natural for 'em to consort, I say. Only good orc... Well, you know how the phrase goes. I know the weapons of which you speak. I've even hidden away a piece of one myself. I had planned to pass it down to my son, but... Well, maybe you could make better use of it now.
I'm warm as fresh apple pie.
You call to Ulgraf. He awaits your
My, you're still alive. Way to beat the odds, Wanderer. An intact finger! Just what that deviant of an orc was looking for.
Hey, you! Come on, time's a wasting.
I'm tripping.
How can I help you, my friend? I'm watching on with weary eyes how the Immaculates strike again. They've gone from shedding blood among their own to recruiting orcs and cutthroats to do it for them. From what I can tell, the village of Hunter's Edge is this... Ah, yes, that was a small... It was once a quiet sort of village. Families and small-time merchants mostly. Recently, it was targeted by a tribe of orcs waving the Immaculate banner. Their leader, Grutilda, is known far and wide for her cruelty and cunning. She oversaw the murder of countless villagers and used their blood to fuel a great number of bloodstones. Once they were dead, they were reanimated as undead corpses and sent to work in the mines of Lucula. By order of Leandra, the orcs were joined by a tribe of humans from the northern peaks of Tanneroth. A band of male warriors are they, and they devote allegiance to their leader, Jarl. Jarl arrived with his own formidable supply of bloodstones, which means his tribe has been operating under directions from the conduit for some time. Where once they ransacked for base pleasure and material gain, now they do it by the will of the goddess. These are far from the blindly devoted Immaculates of Silverglen, however. The orcs and the humans here alternate between bitter fighting and hostile peace. Personally, I believe they're best exploited through their rivalry. Get them to fight each other, and you can stand on the sidelines and warm yourself upon the flames. He has a residence at the far end of town. Though I have my doubts he's having people over for tea now that the Immaculates have landed. Know that Zandalor is wily, so beware. If a wizard doesn't want you in his home, you'll know it. Pity the intruder that heedlessly tries to waltz his way into that dwelling. Nevertheless, his house is the very place you'll want to search. The accumulated knowledge stored there is quite phenomenal, and beyond a doubt, one of Leandra's most urgent pursuits.
You can speak. You don't look like a tribesman or orc, but I suppose I can't be certain. Then again, I've never heard of a dark soul gifted with the speech of the wild. Jinxica is my name, and until recently I lived a placid sort of life among the people of Hunter's Edge. The baker might leave me a bit of milk left over from this breakfast. The barkeep stroked my back between filling glasses. I had many friends here, but none so dear as a little trio. A married pair and their daughter, employed by the wizard to keep his home. They spent many long hours squashing fleas that plagued me and shared their warm beds with me each night. If you come to this village to help and not to harm, you might be able to save those 3 kind souls from the orcs that have invaded. Ugh, such misery in our sad town. A kind but private man he is. He set up his home here several years ago, but never remained there long enough before jetting off to tend to some matter or other. The Dark Invaders seem very interested in him indeed. They've been skulking around outside the house since they arrived, but not even one of their filthy vermin can penetrate the wizard's protective enchantments. Would that an invasion were all! They destroyed every crumb of life they could find and sent their filthy rats to seek out those who evaded them. Each life they took infused their strange stones with power. Their queen glowed with delight as a parade of victims were slain before her. It was as though she was taking in a beautiful song. The human tribe came shortly after. They had their own supply of the glowing stones, and the orc queen took no easy liking to them. Still, it seems they are working towards some similar goal. They haven't destroyed one another. Yet. They've survived this carnage so far by concealing themselves most cleverly. I've done my best to guard their hiding place from the slime-bellied rats attempting to sniff them out. But I fear my efforts aren't enough. Until the village has been rid of vermin, those 3 sweet souls may be found at any time. Savages by savages employed. The orcs have one among them. The rat catcher, they call him, who claims to have trained rats to do his bidding. They've swarmed the place in search of hidden villagers, and unless every last one of them is split from tail to snout, they're sure to find my friends. But you're not like the brutes inside those walls. No, you approached me with hand, not boot, outstretched. Perhaps you could help me. With these rats running about, it's only a matter of time before my friends are caught. They must be squashed, every last one of them. I've done my best so far, but there are simply too many for one set of claws to handle. With your help, though, with your help, it could be done. The rats gone, my friends safe. Oh, that bothersome old Tom. No, he and I are hardly friendly, much less friends. I've much more important things on my mind than him and his incessant pestering. I can slip through these walls as I please. But you'll need to find your own way into the village. And remember, my friend, kill every last rat you find, or 3 dear souls will be lost.
How can I help you, my friend?
Just what that deviant of an orc was looking for.
Potent heat.
I'm warm as...
You there, Flatlander. Stay at your business.
What? Afraid to address your betters, are you?
Come to play now the town's been taken, have you? Typical of you Flatlanders. Lucky for you, the goddess don't discriminate against cowards. Well, come quickly then. There's still townsfolk on the loose, and the chase has probably made them wild as cornered dogs. One might pop out of a bush and take an eye before you can shout your own name. Better you first check in with the higher-ups. You've got Jarl, the righteous leader of Weave the Mountain, and blood-stained Gratilda, queen dog of the giant toads. Trust me, you'll know her when you see her. Now scram, and make your introductions before word gets to them there's an intruder here. Well, I'll let you in. Get on with your business, then. Jarl and Gratilda are probably in their quarters.
You don't look like the rest of the Immaculates that... What? Afraid to address your betters, are you?
I ain't afraid of a single frog-skinned one of you.
Then why not stand up and face me, boy? One-on-one.
They're keeping the peace for now. Chief's orders. That other tusk's yours to keep in the meantime.
That's so.
Comrade, did you hear that? It sounds like these Immaculates are at odds with the local orc savages. We may be able to turn this to our advantage. I'll keep a sharp eye out for anything we could use to nudge these factions closer to chaos. If we can get them to destroy each other, we'll kill 2 birds without even having to pick up a stone. Nothing would please me more than seeing Hunter's Edge cleared of the scum that destroyed it. I may not be able to undo the past, but together, we can dole out justice for those who've suffered.
They say humans and orcs don't get along, but I've seen a pair as thick as a troll's toe hair.
A single frog-skinned...
Gorag doesn't look so fearsome without his second horn. And to think, it was a huge...
Your mother's
They're
orders
keeping
are
the
the only
peace for
ones
now.
we hear.
Chief's orders. That other tusk's yours to keep in the meantime.
That's the blasted mosquitoes. Never a moment's peace with these filthy vermin buzzing in me. No, ho, brother, I've crossed me pests. 'Tweren't a tiny winged bloodsucker whining at me, but a tiny foot brother. I think the human's asking me a question. Think I ought to tell the tiny pest who I am? Or I tell her I lost his horn in a scuffle with another ickle human? Maybe it was this one's brother. That pesky bugger might have got me all, but I've got something too. His wee head.
You don't look like the rest of the Immaculates.
My kingdom for a dry shirt.
And it's itching like that. It's all mother, the humans. I haven't got a hold of
Dunn's probably lost the
have I?
bloody thing up his own arse.
You better hope the bleeding key shows up soon.
Thought you said it was me who popped.
So how in the second heaven am I supposed to know what you did with that damn thing?
It's no surprise a dainty thing like you can look at a man.
Look in every cranny now! Your mother won't like to hear a human's been thieving from an orc.
You know damn well I wouldn't touch anything of yours with a 10-hand pole.
So it's chance that the keeper is just as you were waltzing through here.
One side. I ain't got time for chatting till I find the damn thing. The key to the armory, of course. Hasn't that frog-skinned oaf been roaring about from here to the warehouse? What does that matter? Quit buzzing in my ear before I squash you like we did the rest of the pests in this blasted place. You'd be too if you'd misplaced something of Gratilda's. I once saw her skin her own foot soldier alive for mispronouncing All-Mother. And he'd only done it after she'd knocked his teeth out for sneezing in her presence. What's worse is, the coward's blaming his troubles on me, only 'cause I happened to be passing by when he noticed his armory key was missing. I'd tell him to piss off and be on my way, but he'd threatened to tell Gratilda it's me who stole it. Somehow, I doubt I'll get to tell my side of things before my head was shorn clear off. Not a damn thing in all the 12 hills of hell. This idiot orc has no idea where he's lost the damn thing. So he's taken to blaming me, a passerby. It's just like an orc to save his own skin by flaying someone else.
It's all mother, I'll say.
Yeah,
humans.
We've got to keep our hopes high, but our defences even higher. Shouldn't we get this time? But remember, above all,
I haven't got a hole in my pocket, have I?
I love you, and ever will.
It's all mother, I'll say. The humans. Well. Thought you could get away with it, did ya? Don't look so confused, Pinky. The armory key. Hand it over, painting my toenails pale lilac, of course. What does it look like, you ape? I'm hunting for a missing key. I'm the All-Mother's right hand. If there's something she needs done by someone she knows can do it, I'm the one she calls. This little key ordeal, don't change that. It's small, metal, fits in a keyhole. Help us look or shove off, will ya? I've got to find the key before the old mother finds out it's missing, or she'll carve a spear at me right tusk.
Armory is missing. It could prove rather worth our time to find it.
Source hunter, scavenger hunter. For better or worse, our resumes are growing.
If you keep that up, we're through. It'll be the noose for me and the rack for you. Is that what you want?
Keep it up, exactly. So we having a bit of fun.
Dunce probably lost the bloody thing of his own hand. Bloody key. Who could trust a big stupid oaf like you with something like that? I say you're so stupid the key probably fell from your pocket while you were squatting over the latrine.
Someone's there. Quit your sneaking around, you snake. Where'd you...
It's all mother, I'll say. The humans.
Quit your sneaking around, you snake. Where'd you say you... I could ask the same of you, small bones. I don't go stomping up to you in a ballet class demanding to know which pirouette you're doing next, do I? Quit your sneaking, or I could ask the same of you, small bones. I don't go stomping up... What? That's disgusting. A tiny pink-fleshed human and an orc like myself. Why, I've got eyes for the great Gratilda alone.
Ollie, we can't hide forever.
Hide what? You think this stranger knows anything about the two of us, Alfred? I tell you now, that twerp don't know a thing.
Enough, Ollie. Enough. Surely this stranger has no reason to put us in harm's way. We're all sworn immaculates here, are we not? There are certain secrets that... that perhaps we, beneath the goddess's eye, may share in good faith.
Well, first thing you have to understand, we orcs aren't made to love at all. Nah, we're born devoted to our queen, and to her we turn all our attentions. To seek fulfillment outside the queen's graces, well, it's a treason committed only once in a red moon among we orcs. And the penalties, a terrible death. When we first took the village, I couldn't tell Ulfric apart from the rest of the pink little ants scurrying about. A human was a human, as far as I was concerned.
As for me, Ulor stood out right away. The curve of his horns, his regal bearing. It was fascinating. I'd never seen an orc as anything but an enemy, but suddenly I couldn't keep my eyes off this great green brute. I suppose my staring was rather conspicuous.
You suppose? Oh, I thought you were aiming to slit my throat the way you were watching me.
I couldn't help myself. It was almost supernatural. But when Ulor marched over to me, club in hand, to address my strange behaviour, something happened.
Love at first sight, if you can believe it. I came over aiming for a fight, but all I found in Ulfric's eyes was, well, whatever it was, it hasn't left me since.
Please, if you've any mind for sparing two fellows a terrible fate, you'll swear to keep our secret to yourself. We've committed no sin greater than experiencing a love as sweet and pure as any. But if we were discovered, it would mean certain death for us both.
We swear it indeed. We'll not see anyone harmed for daring to love.
It's anything of yours with a 10-hand pole.
So it was John's to
And so let us speak the oath. Your secret is safe with us.
Oh, friend, your words are a great relief to my beloved and I can't explain how or why we found these feelings, but there's one thing I know for certain. We are no traitors, and our service to the cause remains true. Your discretion is worth its weight in gold. Goddess bless you.
Wolfram grins broadly on having heard your decision and gives you a thumbs up. Saving love from heartbreaking loss, that's what it's like to be a hero.
A man and an orc comrade? You can bet Mother Nature's kicking herself in the sit-down over this mess.
It never rains, but it pours, eh?
Am I gazing at the holders of souls? Or am I wrong altogether?
The dog looks up at you with misery-ridden eyes. Its tail doesn't wag, and when it tries to bark or speak, only silence reaches your ears. The dog hangs its head, then looks north. Filled with fury, it barks noiselessly in the direction of the forest.
With frantic, jerky motions, Wolgraf writes the following message.
Sorcery silenced this poor dog's tongue. We must go north and find the bastard that did this. Perhaps he can undo it. Perhaps he knows a cure. For himself. For me.
An intense passion burns in Wolgraf's eyes. To find the dread silencer, to make him reverse his incantations. It is but a dream. But what if there is truth in it?
Am I gazing at the holders of souls? Or am I wrong altogether? Look here! Look at you! How I admire one whose head is lodged so firmly upon their shoulders, like a spire that rests upon the breadth of its foundations. One and indivisible. Not I, alas. I fare not so. For I may replace my battered cranium as jauntily as a wizard may his hands. Just consider some of these examples here before me. How I admire this one's kingly brow, that one's exquisite jaw, yonder one's deep-set sockets that held a warrior's eyes. Why make a permanent choice
Why not cater to the occasion as called for? I would, but for the question, where does the soul reside? And so I ask, where are you, O ephemeral soul? If in a tooth you may be pulled, if in an arm you may be broken, where are you, O delicate monstrosity? As have we all. Townsfolk would sit on these benches and talk about their day. Children would sprinkle water at one another and snigger. Now their mouths neither talk nor snigger any longer. And all that is sprinkled about is blood. Days pass me by no longer, only the dreams of what was, but can never be again. Surely you jest when you question this question's importance. Say I opt for that there fair-featured sovereign of a skull. What happens if another soul lies therein sequestered? If I play the part of the aforementioned wizard, and swap its rugged lineaments for the feeble ones that are my own, who shall I become? I. Yes. Who is I, then? Were I sure that the soul houses within the chest, within one's little toe, for all I care, I would fret not so. But the certainty I long for remains as impossible to find as one specific raindrop in the rain. You, oh, I beg of you, have you not the answer?
I haven't got a hole in my
Big up the brute making me do his dirty work. I bet his skull would make a lovely goblet for Jarl's knee.
It's all motherfuckers. And you?
You needn't worry. Unlike our heads and our bodies, it is we and our souls that are one and indivisible.
Claptrap! He has become an unnatural shadow of his former self. He shouldn't seek for his soul. He should seek to end his dreadful existence instead.
Can you really be so heartless as to call him soulless?
We've met our share of undead and they were all abominations. Why would this fellow be an exception?
Very well, have it your way.
Your words cut like razors, but you are right. I am a ghoul. I am a travesty. I am nothing. And I should become nothing.
Wolfgraf looks at the crumbled skeleton as if in a daze, then gives you a look dark as a thundercloud. A few words and death. Not very chivalrous.
A talking chunk of bone ain't a person, buddy. No need to get your feathers in a fluff.
No, we'll do as I say and there's an end to it.
But of course, why was I so blind? The soul is not of the body, it is of the spirit. A new skull I shall have, but same person I'll remain. Oh, the agony of choice. I think I'll opt for the one with the kingly brow.
Wolfgraf smiles as he looks on. while the skeleton cherry-picks the perfect new skull. A friendly pat on the back tells you he approves of your kindly reassuring a dead man.
It never rains when it pours, eh? Watching a talking skull choose a head is like watching a dog do a backwards crab walk. Gives me the heebies.
What's this, then? Who in the hells are you? And where am I? These aren't my bones. I was made of sterner stuff, make no mistake. Switched skulls? What do you want about, you loon? This is intolerable. I used to be an important man round these parts, you know. I demand respect. The mayor I was and the mayor I am still. Now leave me be. For I've important municipal matters to attend to.
Switching skulls did make him swap souls after all.
On the bright side, we seem to have answered one of the world's oldest questions.
Hello again. Do you bring good...
Unless you want to get your eyes poked out. I've seen the bloke up... Say, what's his...
Oh, I'm tripping.
Say death, but it's a second life, I tell you.
Whoa, it's a split of humans, I cleared it up. All it didn't stay
I
firm
get
as
all the
ever.
peace I need from serving the goddess. A life of peace, I say. Let the lost die that we may live.
Check these puppies out.
What about that one?
Breaking like a cake.
Skulks around, neither orc nor enlightened. I'll bet no one would even notice if it disappeared.
And now, another word about it. Only the guilty come to these gallows.
Rare's the innocent in these trying times, brother. I'll take the blood, and you take the body. A fair deal, isn't it?
Toasty!
Another lovely sight up there, all in a row. Sang about myself, I did. Each of the little darlings. The sweetest sight I could ask for. I never did much care for the term myself. I'm more of a caretaker, you see. The world's a wild place, unpredictable at best. But here, upon these gallows, there's peace, calm. I keep the order, and my little ones stay in line. Condemned in this life, perhaps, but when they come to rest in my nooses, their sins are washed away. These aren't thieves and murderers and traitors, you see. After I've laid them to rest here, they're pure as angels. My little angels. Most of them, yes, but that's far from my own order of business. Our great Queen Clotilda is no stranger at getting her claws bloody, and she'll not hesitate to pluck out a pair of eyes or look at her sideways. I handle all the dreaming dears when she's done with them all the same. Whether they're my little ones or hers makes no difference. I'm happy to bring them here to rest among me and mine. It should be an honour. Where ought we to start? Pauline came first, the little rogue. A human he was, and Clotilda ordered him hanged while Yar was out on the hunt. He was the first I got to tuck in myself since coming to this town. Oh, I remember it like it was yesterday. The fussy little dear didn't want to go to sleep. No, no. Kicked and screamed, he did. But he started to calm down a bit after I strung him up, as I knew he would. And soon he was fast asleep. Oh, my little Tierlo. He was a sweet one right from the start. A thief, I think he was in his last life. But he accepted what was to come easy as pie. The guards handed him to me, limp as a doll and shivering with fright. I strung him up nice and slow, so as not to worry the poor dear. Gunnar, you mean? He was one of Clotilda's. After some impertinent question or other, I believe it was. Impertinent questions. A plague among we orcs they are. Ending more death than horn rot these days. Well, Gratuda dispatched him, but it was I who collected the great heavy deer and strung him up here. Gratuda said he'd be a warning to the others, but I think he's a great addition to the family, to boot. He does look a lovely sort of pale green colour, don't he? Like a dusty ancient jade. Beautiful.
To send Brutilda over the edge, does it?
Who'd have thought the greatest threat to the Immaculates would be one of their own?
Baking like a cake.
Gratuda gives me plenty, little dears.
You there. Tell me, how's your vision? Any ailments in the liver or spleen? Lost ones are everywhere these days, after all. I am a servant to the goddess, of course. One of the first among her enlightened in Revelon, and certainly the most devoted. I've scoured the region for unworthy souls, and am quite efficiently cleansing the land of lost ones, great and small. How much better the lost serve her as bone automatons. My expertise as a necromancer is unmatched, you know. I've a success rate is nearing 99%. They end up with their brains a bit, well, scrambled. You can find such a fellow opining over skulls somewhere around here. One of my more harmless false steps, I think.
Warm as fresh apple pie.
Oh, now for the third star. Three have died. Discreet. Now, we're waiting for that. Come here, why don't you?
Yeah, check. Go on.
I feel like I just had a long bath in a cold lake.
See what we're hiding under there. Say something. Yips. Hey, you, stranger, over here. You look like you could use a leg up against the competition. Isn't that so? Nothing more than a humble trader, my lord. There's always plenty to get around after the race to the village. I collect a bit of it and bring it to market. Tenebrium's awfully valuable after all. No reason wares of this caliber ought to rot in some coffer. Oh, why, my lord, I wouldn't dare steal from the All-Mother. A grave crime, that'd be. No. I simply pick from the loot she hasn't quite noticed yet. Doesn't miss 'em in the least. This I promise on my honour as an orc. And back to me. With pleasure, my lord.
Note from his so-called All-Mother. Interesting indeed.
A bit of information well kept in our back pockets, I do believe.
Fine. I'll open with 5 big ones.
I'll call and raise you another 5.
I could do with a cold drink.
In the market for anything and everything left behind by vermin after we've exterminated. And I must say, some of these roaches have mighty fine taste. The All-Mother chooses first among the spoils, and the rest she grants to us to use or turn to profit.
I get all the desire from serving the goddess. And like,
Did someone leave an oven door open?
let the lost die that we may live.
What do you call that?
Nice hand of cards, that one.
Come, let's have another round of ball.
Brutilda doesn't tell you things, does she? We're waiting to fight the fight.